Alright everybody, we are back for our number 2 of Blades in the Dark. My name is Matt, that's Ian, this is Michael, that's Emily, and that's Anthony, and we are in the process of introducing a new character who has just left the building. Michael, you're muted.
That's the best way you introduce a new character.
By walking out?
With no sound.
By leaving.
Well, he did rant for a while.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't realize that this had gotten muted too. The cat probably did it.
He is a wily one.
Yes. It's just a very harmless offering. A cat. Anyways, Giuseppe walks out.
I have no words for you.
And we come back into the inside of Gambit, where everyone is kind of just standing there, wondering what the heck just happened, who this guy is. And then a bullet comes through the window, and you all die. Because Giuseppe's like, well, you scorned me, so I'm going to shoot you, alright?
Oh.
And he's like, I tell you what, I take you to my grandmother's house and she make you a nice cannoli, yes.
Yeah, he's actually the
Part of
godfather.
mob.
I came to you in your bar, and what do you do? You
On
reject
this-
me.
The day of my daughter's wedding, I come to you.
In the Gambit.
Anthony's gone. Anthony is actually Italian, so we may have offended him.
With a movie reference.
Yeah.
Everyone knows those Italians are easily
That's like...
Whoa, that's okay. That's not even true though. Like,
I know.
Definitely not.
not easily,
No.
easily offended in the American sense of offense, where like like you say something and
I'm
they're gonna tell you
offended.
they'll be like I don't like that, but they'll tell you. So it may seem like they're easily offended, but to actually offend an Italian,
Instead of saying I'm offended, they might just insult you back or something like that.
something
Maybe.
depends on which one. Can't generalize,
No, that's
Anyway.
a stereotype.
Yes, it is. Hi, Anthony. Well, welcome back. We were just talking about how Wakesis just died, which was weird.
Short.
Like crazy.
Cool. What happened? What do you guys do when Giuseppe leaves? The ball is in your court.
Indeed.
I mean,
Imagine-
Silas walks back from the door, and he just stands there, and he kind of looks at the other two and waits for them to say something.
Wakesis looks at him and says, "Make a new friend?"
And Lyric kind of laughs and she's like, well, at least we're known for our heart and soul and passion and whatnot.
I mean, it
I don't know
kind
what
of
that
felt
was about.
a little insulting when he was talking about that, I mean, we're trying to gain reputation for being all tough and,
Which
I mean,
part
we-
is it, the cafe or the croissants?
What?
I
Is that
think
a
you
question
stop
for
him
me?
dead. I think he just stops talking at that point, and he
Like,
like,
well,
why does everybody just keep? Why is everything a joke now? What has my life become? Everything is.
It was always a joke, man. Come on.
so now if I recall correctly, Silas had a big breakdown about the whole like working for Bajo thing. If I remember correctly.
Apologize. My cat is telling me she needs to go somewhere.
Oh, I know how it is. Duty beckons.
Ha!
Why would you name your cat Duty?
So how's everybody doing?
Yeah.
I'm like-
so good.
Mowing down on this burrito, trying really, really hard not to.
I was gonna say, speaking of
Yeah.
cats, see,
mhm.
look at that. Look
Also-
at that adorable little cat.
Mr. Richard McSundy, hello, welcome. And Emily and I actually were in southern Italy. We were in Naples and the
Yes.
Sorrento area last year. And the whole kissing cheek is definitely a southern thing.
Mhm.
I have no experience with northern Italians other than like the 5 minutes I spent in the Milan airport.
Which was, yeah,
It was
we spent virtually no time there.
Casey,
They like
so.
tossed us on to our next plane.
So I'm glad to hear that you're like, oh yeah, he's definitely role playing a southern Italian guy. I'm like, yeah, we're at least, it's bad, but we got there. So anyway, back to the actual game.
Yes.
So, I was trying to recall the situation with Silas. It was after he got back from his time spent in Trauma Land. There was that whole shindig with Oscar, and yeah, I was trying to remember kind of what the fallout of that was. Because I don't know how Silas would feel about potentially going back to Bajo.
No, yeah. I don't remember exactly what the decision was. I believe it was we haven't decided on anything. Because both of them were not backing down from their points that they wanted to get across. But Silas is definitely not in the, hey, our buddy Bajo's, he's down on his luck. Let's go help him.
Right.
In fact, it's probably the opposite of that, if anything.
That's fine. And what I meant to imply, and I hope that this was conveyed effectively, was that Giuseppe just wanted to make sure that he came to you with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Like he has no skin in the matter either.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, unless Lyric was going to suggest something, Silas kind of looks at the two. I mean, what, were you going to say something, or?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. I think he looks at the two of you, and he's like, well, I mean, he's on to something. If Bajo's not, and then like this kind of, he's kind of recovering from the whole awkwardness of the like routine that we did with Giuseppe there, and he's kind of coming back, and he's like, well, I mean, if Bajo's down on his luck, we gotta help our friend, But I mean, I'm thinking about
Buddy old
something
pal.
else. Yeah, our friend Bajo. So, I mean, but who's a number one friend here? I mean, it's got to be us, So we help ourselves by helping Bajo, And then, like, as he's like saying this, he kind of like stops. He's like, I mean, we don't help Bajo. We attack him. We do something that hurts him, and we make ourselves look better, Pardon my figurative speech. I'm not, I try to sometimes, but I'm not so good at it.
I think we understand very clearly where you're coming from. What kind of message is that going to send to the Red Sashes, though?
I mean, who cares? Do you think that, I mean, they're at war with Bajo. I mean, if someone hits him, are you going to care? No, they're going to be like, someone hurt him. And then we hurt them.
I mean,
So we work.
we just got off of this roller coaster. You really want to be getting back on?
I mean, if the roller coaster, whatever that is, ends with, us where they were, with their stuff, I mean, I'd like to ride it, figuratively, whatever that would mean. If that were a thing.
Come out with it, Silas.
If a roller
Come on
coaster
now.
existed, he would ride it, but he's not sure. Roller coasters could presumably
Maybe.
exist.
What, outside of RP, what Silas is basically saying is Bajo and the Red Sashes are weak because they're at war with each other, and they've lost a lot of men, so why don't we step in and attack that weakness and use it for our own gain? Basically, what he would start explaining after this is like, they've got to have pulled men from other areas to protect the areas that are weakest. So we go attack the areas they took men and reinforcements from, and we steal back something from Bajo or the Red Sashes, whatever that be. And he's probably more like suggesting Bajo since, he wouldn't suspect us so much since we're on good terms with him. And like he explains his plan, like we can go look out something of his that we could take, or hit, like to steal or sabotage something of his. And then he kind of like explains his plan, and he just kind of lets like it float in the air. Like, what do you guys think, basically?
Yeah.
I was all for picking a side when we thought that's what we were going to do, but now we've played both sides. We just have to be really careful, or we'll end up with no friends.
Yeah. We're just
Very
starting to stand on our own 2 feet, so to speak.
Very few friends at the top of the criminal underworld of Duskwall.
Mm. Thank you, invisible ghost. What a sensible observation.
Yes. And then we just hear that voice ringing in the atmosphere.
Disembodied voice of the spirit.
It's Willie.
Oh.
I mean, if you guys aren't interested in that, he would like obviously be like, okay, then. I mean,
Wacasis is expressing his confusion at our change of heart on the matter of getting involved in this particular conflict again without like some real reservations.
I think probably what Silas would be explaining through this is like, we have 2 factions that are better than us right now. They're weak. If we attack them, it'll hurt them and boost ourselves up. So if we were to, and he's not necessarily saying this is what we should do. He's saying like, this is a thing. We could do it. It might not turn out well. It's just like, it's ambitious. It's what our crew would like. It's what we've done in the past. Like,
Sure.
Well, let's see that we're actually trusted with Bazo before we do anything. Before we declare war on anyone.
Right. Or maybe there's an asset that we could seize, you know, like you were saying, men are being channeled to different places to protect weaknesses. Maybe there's somewhere where their defenses have atrophied and we can get something, you know.
yeah, and that's kind of what he's saying.
Sure.
Let's see what he knows.
So you guys
Yeah, we do have a boat, so
We got
could
a
use that
boat.
too.
Nice.
We sure can.
So you guys want to go see Bazo then?
Mm,
Sure.
I think we should.
want it.
I think we should call back our friend first, right?
Yeah, I think that's what
Maybe get
he was
him.
saying.
Get his information.
Yeah.
So like 30 minutes after he leaves, we just toss the note out.
It's like you open the door and he's standing
Just
there already.
Hold it up to their nose.
Hey!
Hello, I am back. I'm welcome
It's
to
like
your
the
home.
bat
Thank
signal,
you.
you know, you hold it up in the sky. and
It is
makes
time
like
for
a-
pranzo. We enjoy food now. Come on.
Manji.
Yeah. No, really. What do you guys do with the note?
Wacasis like holds it up against the window,
Just hold it.
Like-
To the lights.
Okay.
like, presses against the glass.
You have to like wipe the dust off of the window so it sees through.
Giuseppe shows up like 5 minutes later. There's just a nice knocking at the door. It's just like the classic like, which is strange because it's a bar. So you'd imagine someone would just walk in, but he just knocks.
I mean, did we lock it all back up again?
Wacasis
Silas
lets him
is
in.
sitting at the bar. Yeah, so Wacasis would have to let him in, or because Silas is not letting him in.
Hello.
I kind of want to let him knock.
Nah,
now.
they've put up the sign.
Yeah, Silas is like sitting
what
at
is
the
this?
bar. He's like pointing like, what's up with this
They
guy?
open the
Like, can he
invitation to their home, but then they
like
don't
yells,
even answer the
"Come
door.
in!"
What are they doing?
Wacasis opens the door.
Yeah, so like as you open the door, Giuseppe's like facing the wrong way. He's like, "What are they doing? They have the sign up. Why did they leave the sign up and not open the door?" Hello. He like motions like, "Can I go in?" Or he's like waiting to hear. Like he just sees you open the door.
Mate, the door's
Directing
open.
him like
Come
a
inside.
Oh, okay. I will come inside. Thank you for inviting me back to your home. That was quick. I was going to go get food, but you were fast. What have we decided?
Well, what else do you know?
I have told you everything I know about Bazo and what happened at
We're-
his place.
We're interested in contacting Bazo.
Oh.
And seeing what there is to be gained from this approach.
What is your approach that you wish to take?
Well, something that we have discovered in our recent dealings. Both of these warring factions have a lot more pull than we do,
Sure.
and we are reluctant to ally ourselves with anyone when they are not necessarily going to win the war.
Ah, I see. You want to be sure that your friend is the one who stands on the top of the other's throat.
I believe in our capabilities, but I don't believe in our ability to single-handedly decide that outcome.
You speak in circles. It does not make sense to me. You say you believe,
and I
but then
think-
you do not believe.
When
What do
you say like to
what do you
stand
mean?
when your friend stands on the other one's throat, like Silas probably yells from the bar, like, "Mate, we won't be standing on my throat, not some other arsehole."
Sure. I think I understand. You want maybe your friend to be standing beside you when you are standing on the throat of the enemy? How do you...
I mean, you could put it that way.
You do not want any friends standing near you. You in fact want to step on everyone's throats? This is fine. I just need to know.
I can't promise that.
Okay. This is fine. Thank you for being
All that
honest.
matters is that we're not the ones being stepped on.
I agree. My throat does not like it to be stepped on. I think that maybe we go to Basho and we get more information before we make any decisions.
I agree.
Okay. Does anyone know Basho? More than maybe this one. And he points to what cases.
And Silas yells, "No!"
No. Okay.
I don't know if anybody knows him quite as well as what Cases does.
Sure.
But
Maybe then we should go to Malira, and talk to her. I do not like the red sashes. They are stupid. But I will talk to them if it means we step on their throats later.
Let's start with Bajo.
Basho, okay. We start with Basho.
Just a reminder that there is a third faction there, the Crows.
The crows are nothing.
Kind
Their throats have
kind
been
of
stepped
run-
on for
Just
years.
in.
kind of run the whole crow's foot that you
No.
guys operate in.
The crows are nothing. They are nothing. They are merely the foundation for all other success to occur. They are nothing.
They're not involved in the war, are they?
No, not directly.
So
They
No,
haven't.
but they're worried about who wins it, because whoever wins it will be a problem for them.
It'd probably be in their best interest for either the conflict to continue or for both sides to be wiped out pretty much simultaneously.
You see,
They don't really want a decisive victor.
Yeah, this is what Giuseppe says. You see, the crows, they are stupid. They look at this conflict and they do not say which one should we kill and step on their throat. When they are weak, they say which one will become strong and then we will fight. This is stupid. This is stupid to not step on all throats. I think we have the right mindset here to step on all the throats before ours is stepped on. And perhaps maybe we make haste with this. We decide which one we step on first, and then become friends with the next, and then we step on them. There is no honor. Honor is stupid. This honor is a Skovlin.
A lot that's stupid to just
Honor is a Skovlin thing. We are not Skovlin.
That we are not.
Why is there honor in your throat being stepped on? There is none. I see nothing. It is stupid.
I think we understand each other.
Okay. Then we go. Where do we go? Tell me. I cannot make this decision on my own. I am new here.
well, we should go to Bazo.
Okay, Basho it is. Come with me. And he starts walking out the door.
All right. I assume we follow.
he turns around and he sees that all of you are following. He says, "All of you? Okay, this is fine.
He knows us as a group.
Oh, I see.
This is the way we stand the best chance.
You are smart. This makes sense. If you go in alone, he might think you are going alone for his wife. So it makes sense to bring everyone. His wife certainly would not take.
Never happened.
Would not
That's
take
just
this one.
familiar.
His
Everyone
wife.
goes to see his
And he
wife.
like points to Silas and he says, "His wife would certainly not take this one." And he points to Silas and he's like, "So it is good. It is good that all of us go together."
Giuseppe, you might want to be careful or you're going to get...
No.
stepped
It is
on.
not. It is not an offense thing. You are strong. You are tough. It does not seem that Wakasis and you together are same type. So maybe I don't know. In Akaros, this would not be. This would not be an offense. I am sorry. This is just because she is one and you are two very different. He's like saying this as he's walking.
Silas is like face palming as this conversation is just going.
In case this like drops back to him, he's like, she'd sleep with you, buddy.
Probably would.
Oh.
So you guys are heading to Bazos.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, if we can skip there to Bazos, you guys, how do you approach Bazos?
His building, his
Yeah.
self, his okay.
Yeah, his headquarters, the coal factory.
Well, I assume the security is pretty high right now up front, right?
Okay, we are back. Sorry about that, everybody. XSplit crashed on us, so yeah, we're back. Let's continue on. We had just approached, or we were discussing how we were approaching Bazo. I can say that correctly in real life.
How does you do it?
Well, Casus, approaches the guards slowly and steadily and greets them. Hello,
Pretty much
fellas.
All of the guards are wearing heavy load, with heavy armor and like probably full on like clubs or swords.
Swords?
Swords,
Triggered.
Woods.
probably some swords.
Wow.
No, just kidding.
So yeah,
Oh god.
there's probably
Swords?
normally there's like 2 guards at the front door, but there's probably like 6
Oh gosh, okay.
guards now.
I look over to Lyric and I say, "It looks like they are ready for a fight. Little do they know, we are not here for that. It is stupid. Why would they have a fight? Do they not know that they just, and he starts talking about why, it's so stupid to have this many guards when they just killed just as many people as they lost recently. The other people are reeling just as much.
Silas grabs him by the shoulder and pulls him off out of earshot. He's like, "Mate, you probably want to stop talking about what you know, because you're not supposed to know that." No.
He's not talking about this within earshot. This is as we approach.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no.
But
and
he
he-
was
that's-
Nonetheless.
No, he's not stupid.
And that's why Silas
Um,
is. Yeah,
Well,
that's
they
why
can
Silas is
hear
doing
you.
it now.
Yeah, but and then he looks at Silas and he says, "I know this. This is obviously."
Oh, mate, I just wanted to tell you, since you
I-
seem like you like
hey,
to talk a lot, you know.
He touches your arm and he goes, "I appreciate it. It's very kind. Thank you. We look out for each other."
Silas
you are very
narrows his eyes
generous.
kind. And he does a little nod and he just walks back to the group and motions let's go.
Giuseppe, as soon as he realizes that, as soon as he's within earshot, he just shuts up and he's stone faced killer. Is not. It's business time. He knows when to shut up. And
Now,
he
he's
he
not
shuts
wearing
up.
his mask or anything right now.
No,
Is he just
his
normal?
mask is in his cloak, which is folded up and in a backpack or someplace. It's
Okay.
it's not a very thick shawl either, so he can just fold it up and put it somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys approach the guards. Do you guys engage them first? Because if you just approach, they're gonna stop you.
I think we're gonna want to engage them first.
I was saying, Casus, hello, fellas. How are you doing today? Beautiful day. To mine some coal.
They kind of just squint their eyes at you, and are Are you looking for something in particular?
Yeah, we're looking to talk to Bazo.
It's like we're not really accepting visitors at the moment.
No.
You'll understand.
No. We're employees.
What's your name?
Bilbo.
Classic.
It was like, and you, and he like, one by one gestures to each of you, asking all your names. Do you give him names or fake names or?
I give him my name because he was the one who contacted me first back in the day, so figure that might be helpful.
I give him the name because I imagine, if I may, that like in my conversation with the guy I interrogated, I may have instead of like, well, I may have at one point just asked his name, like right at the beginning, just been like, "What is your name?" And then presumably he would have given me a generic name, and I would give the same generic name.
Okay.
So like I am Steve.
Okay. You're Steve.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all. What about you, Silas? Do you give him your real name or do you?
No, I don't give him any name. I stare him down.
He is not friendly, this one. But he is
Like-
kind. It is not a problem. He will come in. He is with us.
Like,
What
We
Giuseppe says
have
to
a
the
mute
guards.
and the opposite.
Fine. Wait here, and one of them goes inside, and as he opens the door, and you catch a brief glimpse of inside. It looks like there's like broken crates and tables strewn across the floor. Looks like maybe some small craters where maybe some hand grenades or small explosives were used, and just looks like the site of a battle that took place. But he walks in and shuts the door, and it's going to be a few minutes before he gets back. What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Well, there's a bunch of guards around, so I imagine that Lyric is kind of keeping tight-lipped in hopes that Giuseppe will do the same.
And the garage door opens.
What's what Case is doing?
He's studying the room for exits.
Well, you're outside the coal warehouse right
Oh,
now.
I thought you said we were waiting inside.
Nah, he opened
No,
the
you're-
door. So
you
he could see
have-
inside for a
you
second.
haven't
Okay, in the
even-
warehouse.
Yeah, you
Okay.
haven't gone inside the warehouse yet. They haven't let you in yet.
So there are exits everywhere, is what you're saying, Mike.
You are outside. You have already exited. You're looking for the exit to Dusk Ball. You know, east,
Some water.
west. You know. I mean, if you're looking, you can see like on the water. You know, the security is significantly heavier on the canal side. You know, understandably so, with given what you know.
I stare down the other guard that's there.
Well, there's like 5 other guards that are there.
I stare at them all, like I'm looking at them
With
as a
all
group,
5
like-
eyes, he grows extra eyes to stare.
No, like I'm glancing back and forth between them, like
Yeah, and they're, you know,
Giuseppe
they're not.
like
dedicating-
imitates Silas. Not like
By
rudely, but like he just looks at him and sees what he's doing and he goes,
Yeah, they don't devote all their attention to one of you, but they do. You know, they're definitely watching you, and they look like they're definitely ready to rumble if anyone starts anything. You know.
as one of them looks at me, he kind of goes like, and like you can see like the knuckle duster on his hand, and then he kind of goes back.
They kind of, you know, grip their weapons tighter. You know, and maybe a couple of them have fresh bandages. You know, in various parts of their body, like their arms or you know around their heads.
does one
But
of
as
them
long
have
as-
a sword and a bandage on the same side?
Probably, yeah.
I look at him as he grips his weapon because he probably like cringes like just the tiniest bit, like he's got a gash through his arm or something.
Yeah.
And I say, "What is your name?"
He says, I want to pull up my GM reference and get you a name for that guy. Super helpful to have all these names. The name's Milos.
Your name is Milos. Milos is a nice name. Listen, if you're going to use a sword, maybe if your arm is hurt, you should use the other side. It would be easier for you to pull out. You do not have to hurt your arm to do this. It's just an idea.
He just takes it, and you know he grips it tighter and grimaces a little bit, but then he just takes it and he puts it up to your throat, It says it could still.
No. As soon as he goes to reach for like putting it up to Giuseppe's throat, like Silas like knocks it aside with one of his knuckles.
Yeah, all of them put their weapons towards you. You know when you do that.
I do not mean to start anything. It is a look. You have a sword too. You understand? If your arm hurts, it's going to hurt to do this with it, right? It's stupid to do this. Do this with your hurt or non-hurt arm, and it will be fine. You could stab faster. You may have not even had his knuckle duster. You might have my head off, if you were listening to me. You need to listen. I do not mean to offend. I am here, maybe to say, hey, this is a good way to do this. We do not mean anything. We put the swords down. And he very he's like touching the tips of the swords very like gingerly, like stop it.
Yeah, well, like during that exchange, you know, you just hear a voice from behind all the guards. He says, "What the fuck is going on?" And you recognize Bazo's voice, you know, before you see him, and he kind of pushes a couple of the guards aside that's blocking your view of him, and he sees, you know, the group of you. He doesn't recognize Giuseppe, so he probably, you know, looks at you first and kind of just takes an extra second or two to observe you and study you.
Giuseppe winks.
Yeah, he
Not like
just says,
sensually. That's just how.
okay.
It's a non-verbal hello.
And
As they say.
he looks at the rest of you, and he sees, you know, Wakasis, and he just puts his hand to his hand. He's like, "Fucking Wakasis, what the fuck do you want?"
Bilbo, sir, do you remember me
Nope,
from
You're not fooling me, Wakasis.
before?
I know who you are, Wakasis.
Bazo.
That's me,
Bazo.
and you're Wakasis.
I come to you now.
On
I
this.
heard what happened.
Oh yeah?
It was terrible.
He looks at you. He's like, "You think so?" He's like,
I don't know.
Not that we had you guys to thank for this. You know, if you guys had done your freaking jobs right, maybe this wouldn't have happened."
We did exactly what we were supposed to do.
It's like, well, yeah, didn't quite work out the way that it was supposed to, did it?
Bazo, do you want our help or not?
It's like, well, what are you offering?
Help. I think you need it.
And like as he says that, Silas like looks at Bajo. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, even with these guys, mate, like out here, God, you know, you need extra help. You know, look at these sackless little shit.
This one does not know how to hold a sword. It is stupid.
He's like, and who are you? Referring to Giuseppe.
My name is Steve.
Steve.
Yes. It is,
Yeah.
He's
my
like,
name is Steve. I am new.
it's like, I believe this guy's name is Bilbo, but I don't care.
What?
So what?
Steve's a totally normal name. Anyway.
He's pretty perceptive, you know.
Sure.
So he sees through that lie, but if you want to resist that, then you can.
No, I haven't even told these guys what my name is. Like, I'm Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
And he says,
If you do not want to call me Steve, you can call me whatever you want. I've been called many things.
get to that. So what kind of help are you offering exactly?
I'm not sure what kind of help it is you need, buddy.
Like, well,
That's what you've got to tell us.
if you want to take another swing at your original job, getting rid of Malira,
You paid us to steal from her.
I paid you to plant an explosive device in her office. I would have figured that the intention of the job was fairly clear.
Mate, we did that job. You can fuck off about your other stuff. We did that job, mate.
It's like, fine, the past is the past. You know, you did the job you were told to do, fine. It didn't accomplish the goal that we wanted. So you want to try it again?
No.
Maybe more direct this time?
Maybe you be more direct this time. If you
Like,
want us to
alright.
kill Malira, ask us to kill Malira.
Don't frickin' kill Malira. You want to help? That's how you can help me.
What happens when we kill Melira? I do not doubt that this is a thing we can do. I doubt What does this accomplish?
You said you wanted to help me.
I do.
That's what it
We
accomplished.
said you wanted us to help you.
This is true.
You're offering your help. Am I right?
We are offering our
Yes.
assistance.
Maybe.
Our,
So you're offering your assistance. I'm telling you this is how you can freaking assist me. So you either do it or you get out of here. I don't got time for this.
Paso, I understand that you are upset. This is a hard day. There were many things that have gone wrong. You have lost many men. Another man, Steve, he was very kind, but he was clearly shaken. Listen, I understand you are experiencing a lot of
So you're the guy
I am no
that
guy.
assaulted one of my men.
I did not assault anyone.
Yes? So how do you know Steve then?
Steve and I go way back.
That's
Is
not
there
what
only
he said.
one Steve who works for Bajo?
Listen,
like there's probably
yes,
a couple
yes,
Steves
you are
that work.
correct that I met Steve and it was dark and he was drunk. But I did not assault him. You will notice that he is
Giuseppe.
no more injured. Yes,
You should probably stop talking.
you may be right. I will stop talking. Bajo, if you want to do more, I will tell you more later. Until then,
And I think, like-
we'll talk business. I will be quiet.
As he says this to Giuseppe, it's not like a rude, like, Giuseppe, stop talking. It's like, Giuseppe, he clearly, if you continue this, he might attack us in the street kind of thing.
Giuseppe gets it. He totally is like, okay.
Yeah. And you
I will
can,
stop this.
you know, just so you can have a picture of what Bazo's condition is currently, he has a cane now, or he didn't previously, and looks like he is, you know, favoring one side to the other. You don't see any visible bandages on him, but if you're looking carefully, which I assume at least some of you would be, then you would notice that. So he's definitely sustained some injuries in the fight, you know. But yeah, he's basically like, you've offered your help. This is what I want from you. You can either do that or you can leave, you know. Because he's not very patient at the moment.
Bazo,
He looks at you.
we're happy to help you with this, but we will not die for it. We will go back to our home. We will compose ourselves, and we would like for you to come to the table with a serious offer if you would like to put the war to an end that is favorable to you.
He says, what you die for is none of my concern at the moment. But if you want to actually try to have a serious meeting about this, maybe we can schedule something. Just tell me when and where.
How about your office right now?
Just
Giuseppe
points at-
tries not to chuckle, and he's like, I like this one. He's good.
He's like, I mean, what's a year? Maybe we should make you roll for this. I
I'd be
think
happy to
that's
roll
fair.
for this.
Okay.
What am I rolling for this? I should tell you.
Yes, tell me what you're rolling for this.
I mean, I'm not really clear on what his resistance is. I'm trying to calm him down, I guess, is what you're telling me.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think-
I think that basically what you're able to gather is that he doesn't have a whole lot of patience right now for dealing with stuff that isn't the immediate threat, which is the
Of-
red sashes, you know.
who we are offering to kill.
Right, and
I just-
his frustration is that, you know, you come out of the blue, you know, after, from his perspective, you know, whether it's, you know, correct or not, you know, from his perspective, you failed the job that he wanted you to accomplish, which is different than failing the job that you were given, you know, if you understand that difference. He wasn't direct before, and so he's frustrated that, you know, you didn't do what he intended. And
Well, that's on him.
it totally is, but you know, that's totally what he's feeling right now. You know, is that he's looking for someone to blame, you know, for what's gone wrong, and you know, you just happened to show up and or an easy.
Okay, I think I'm swaying him to not just decide that we're to blame for his
Okay.
problems.
And to do the meeting as well.
and if more to have a serious meeting about it, where he actually offers us something rather than us
Yeah.
offering him help and him saying, "Well, are you doing it or not?"
Go
Is
ahead.
it risky, controlled, or desperate?
This one, oh man, in his current position, I think this is desperate. You know,
I agree.
Nice.
just based off.
Do you have a devil's bargain or anything for me?
Let's see. Devil's bargain for something like this could potentially be yeah, probably that he wants some sign that you're actually like legitimately taking his side in this conflict, and essentially like he's gonna want you to demonstrate some sort of loyalty towards him.
Sure.
You know.
Okay. I'm not interested in that. And
boy.
the
We're gonna bow
effects,
down.
Good
standard,
man.
limited, or great?
The effects, let's call it standard for now. And Devil's Bargain,
Dice.
or sorry, pushing yourself is always.
Oh,
But you know,
Ooh,
a crit's
baby.
Mm-hmm.
fine. You know, a crit's all right.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
acceptable. You know, I
Yeah.
think that's totally fine. And so,
Probably that
how
he-
does
he wants-
how does you trying to calm him down look like in the fiction?
Well, what you just described to me was a businessman who was frustrated that he didn't make his money.
Right.
And he's looking to blame anybody
Mhm.
because he didn't make his money.
Right.
And now he is seeing the business proposal that he's actually receiving, and I think he's he recognizes his mistake, his misstep, I guess. So, you know, Cases treats him as if he's being very emotional, and he really can't touch him. But, you know, he acts very somber about his offer, and offers a serious meeting, but that's all.
So he's like, okay, fine. Well, let's discuss this professionally then, shall we? Past is the past, you know? So he gestures for you to follow him to his office.
Does he like have to sit in a chair that's like lower than ours now, or like wear a silly hat or something because I crit, or
perhaps like his desk is just ruined. Like his desk got like blown open, and so when he sits there, like he like you realize that when he sits pretty small because like his desk looked like it made him look big, but he's not intimidating at all when he's like sitting behind his like no desk.
honestly,
I kind of wish that Blades in the Dark had like +1 forward or something like that, like Apocalypse.
Okay, I think we're back. I think we're good. Sorry. I don't know why XSplit has chosen that tonight is the night it loves to crash, but it's doing it, so hopefully we'll be able to finish out the stream without any more crashes.
I mean, in the meantime, you guys, you just took over the entirety of Duskball.
Yeah, we did it. We're tier 5, so
Yep.
thanks for watching, everybody.
We're out. So you guys we're heading into the meeting with Bazo, and during that crash, you know, the question was asked by Silas, like, kind of, you know, what exactly is being offered here, I think, or if you guys are actually helping Bazo.
No, my question was, yeah, like we came here to gather information, and now we're like almost promising our help to help Baja. Like, I just wanted to like figure out what the group was thinking, but like yeah.
So it's like the goal, as far as like you guys are concerned, could still be just to gather information. You know, you can go through the charade of making a deal, but that doesn't, you know.
I mean, we can always walk out and say the deal doesn't work, right? And that
Right.
gives us all the information.
we could accept the deal and not do anything.
Right.
I mean,
Bazo
we're under
pissed
no.
off, but you know, it's not like this is some like video game where it's like, oh, you accepted this quest, now you have to do it. You know.
We're scum.
Yeah.
I mean, we could execute him in his office. It's not like.
It's like, oh, thanks.
I like that idea.
I mean,
We
what
step on their
Case's
throats.
thought process to fill out the question here is that It's just seeing all the options that he has in front of him. As far as we're aware, this is the best offer that he's had all week.
So yeah, he leads you into his office, and you walk in, and Helen is there, his wife, in the office.
Nice.
Shit.
Oh.
Hey, Giuseppe, remember what Bill? What?
I do. Oh. Is this? Are you Helen? Helen, it is nice to meet you. And he holds out his hand and grabs hers and kisses her hand, and is, just like, it is nice to meet you.
Yeah, you like do that, and Bowser like slaps your hand away, and he's like, he points a finger at you. He says, "Don't think for a second, just because I invited you to my office for a meeting, you can just make a pass at my wife."
It is not a pass. This is normal. This is how you say hello where I am from. I am sorry. I do not mean to offend. I will sit.
He's like, he points to
And he
Helen.
and like he winks at Helen and like walks away.
There's
A
the
normal,
sensual
non-normal
wink.
greeting.
All right.
Helen,
But it's totally a joke. Like he's like, yeah, whatever. Like he has no
also
interest.
tries to notice, but Helen winks at Wakase as she passes. You know,
Nice.
she says hi, and smiles at him.
Silas
Wacasis,
like
like-
bumps Wacasis, yeah, like, hey, boy.
Stares straight towards the wall.
And Lyric winks at the wall.
Yep.
Love triangles all over.
I wink into the oblivion.
Ooh.
I wink at the,
Wait.
the spirit entity that's stalking me.
So, Bazo walks in, stands behind his desk, and he says, "Have a seat." Gestures to a few chairs that are,
Who's in the room with us now?
it's just you and Bazo.
And Helen.
Helen left.
Oh, okay.
Probably for the best.
So it's the four of you and Bazo. His guards are outside, probably like four of them, right outside the door. He's gestured for you to have a seat.
Wacasis sits down in the seat.
Talk to us.
What do the rest of you do?
Oh,
you
we're
just stand
sitting.
there.
We're sitting.
I don't sit.
Figured. He kind of just looks at you, and he just says, "One day, I'm gonna get tired of your shit, Silas."
Cool, mate. I mean, one day I might have to do something to you too, Bajo.
One day, and Giuseppe, like, totally jokingly, he says, one day I will have us all over for dinner. It'll be very nice.
He's in the middle of a stare down with Silas, so he probably doesn't even hear you. And he just kind of nods, and he says, "Down to business then." Kind of like he accepts the fact that sometimes being a criminal underworld type, that you're gonna have to deal business with people that you don't like, and he's just accepting that for the moment. That he definitely doesn't like Silas at all, but for the moment, he sees Silas as someone who can do a job, and that's basically all you're worth to him. Yeah, so he said, "Okay." So, what exactly are you offering in terms of support?
What are you
The question was, what do you need?
Well, what I need is for the Red Sashes to be gone, disrupted, disbanded, broken, scattered.
You speak in
Whatever.
vagaries. Give us specifics.
This is the same way we ended up planting a bomb in an office and having you not happy with what happened.
He sighs.
If you need a better plan, we can help with that. But if you have something in mind, you need to tell us.
Says,
And we'll be paid for that job.
Getting rid of their leadership is the fastest way to make them disorganized. Would you agree?
Oh.
That's certainly an effective method. But I don't know if that has worked in the past for you.
Well, I did hire group of people to do that job, but you know, they didn't get it done last time.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a very good plan at all.
So
Got him.
that's what I want. Want Malira gone in whatever
Okay.
way you see fit.
That's concrete. That is something that someone can do.
Like
Do you think the red sashes will be weak without her?
for a brief time until they reorganize and get someone to replace her. It'll give us an opportunity to strike.
So you want to take advantage of the vacuum and try to make your move.
Yep.
Now, this is not a retraction of our offer for help, but a sincere question. Even without Malira, can you beat them?
Kind of says, I think so. Me and some of my strategists have been trying to come up with some plans for taking them out.
But like Vacasis like swats at the air and points at the like ruined desk. So is this just bruised ego, or is this actually a closer fight than I think? If you just want her dead because you hate her, we'll kill her. But if you want to win a war, you better have a better plan than that.
It's like, all I can do is tell you what I want. As an employer, I say, this is the job I want done. How you do it is not up to me.
Basho,
Your job is to make the plan. My job is to pay you when the job is done.
Basho, I have a question for you. If this is a theoretical question. This is not a. I'm not. Just answer the question. If you last night or whenever this thing happened, if you were to have taken a bullet or died in some other way, who would have taken over?
You would have taken over my place if I had died?
Correct. This is what I am asking. It is not an offense. It is rhetorical.
It's like, then I don't need to give an answer.
You do not. But I ask you to think about that person and think then, who is that for the Red Sashes? Does it make any sense to attack their leader? If you cut off the head of a snake, it dies. But is the Red Sashes a Hydra? This is what I ask. Hail Hydra!
I think as Giuseppe says this, Silas like kind of walks around kind of towards like the table, like taps his fingers on it. He's like, yeah, I mean, Bojo, what if someone waltzed in here and he took you out? I mean, would it take your crew out?
Giuseppe like holds up a finger and looks at Lyric and is like,
And he kind of looks at Bojo and he waits for a response.
You know, as you're saying that, you know, Bazo, he kind of reaches underneath his coat and puts his hand on something. And he says, I think we'd be just fine. You know?
Giuseppe stands up and he puts his hand in his coat and he says, Basho, listen, unless that is a contract, you're going to want to move your hand now.
And
Like-
like Silas kind of like looks over at Giuseppe. He's like, no, Giuseppe, let the man do what he wants. And then as he turns around, he punches Bajo.
Oh God.
Giuseppe
Roll
just
for
goes,
initiative.
"Ugh."
Right, so you're
Shit.
gonna try to get this guy.
Michael, this is the moment where Michael's like, I did not prepare a character sheet for Basho.
I don't need a character for Bazo. NPCs don't
Fortunately.
get stats or anything, but I'm looking at Silas's character sheet
Uh-oh.
because I want to figure out like what kind of roles we want to make for this. Because obviously he's the head of a faction, so it's not going to be just one role and he's done.
Oh, I know that.
So
There
we're
are
gonna have
guards
to-
outside.
Well,
There are
allow me,
guards outside.
allow me to pose this question. Does it make sense to leave this week on a beautiful, fist-infused cliffhanger? Since we
Probably.
are close to the end. Gives you time to prepare on it. Gives us time to consider the implications of what Silas has just done. And
And I
gives us-
saw you guys talking about this in chat, and I was like, all right, this is gonna happen. No, it's fine.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he
The-
wanted to do something. Who are we to
This
stop
isn't
him?
this
For
isn't
you-
like a oh shit I'm unprepared, but it's more of
no. It's
I'm still trying to work through the best way using the mechanics of Blades in the Dark to have, you know, actual like interesting and climactic fights, like one-on-one
Makes-
fights between people.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't. I hopefully did not mean to imply. I do not mean an offense.
You know what, Giuseppe? Get out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and call it a night then. Do we need to do XP for tonight?
We can try to run through that real fast.
Sure, because I know at least Anthony rolled a desperate action tonight. So.
So he should have marked that when it happened, and whatever he rolled desperate for.
Nice.
So, Silas,
yeah, I think you did that.
did you address any challenges with threats or violence?
He's about to.
He's about to, but it hasn't really happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get 1 XP in that stat, right?
Yeah, just one. Yeah, for the
Plus
desperate.
a playbook advancement.
We'll see how
No,
next time goes.
Not like advancement. Just the.
Says every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that. Oh, okay.
And did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, Silas?
I think I maybe expressed those a little bit today with like interactions with Giuseppe and like not backing down from. I mean, I wouldn't call it not backing down from the guards, except it's more like just being totally aggressive in this whole encounter.
Sure. Sure, you can take an XP for that one.
I think. I mean, so here's the thing. Like, I was going to talk about it because like the XP is kind of changed. So it's kind of like you get 1 if you've done it at all, but you get 2 if you've done it a lot. Like, well, not a lot, just multiple times. So what I'm asking is like, is that a 2? I mean, like, is this within our game? Like, it happened multiple times. So am I marking 2 XP or?
So I suppose that is something that, as a group, we have to decide. Like, at what point is the threshold crossed from 1 to 2? Is it just a matter of, as a group, deciding, yeah, we feel like you really nailed this one, this session, so you get 2?
I don't think it necessarily has to be bound to multiple events. I think it can be a matter of like how powerful it was. But that being said, like if there's one, like let's say Oscar had a moment where it was like he only explained one thing about his background, but it was like a big deal for the story, then like that should be 2. But if he like, you know, if one of us just explains like something and it's a minor thing, then maybe that should only be 1. But if that's a bunch of minor things that are different and vary, then that should be 2. That's my opinion.
I
So
think that makes sense.
for this
Or several
situation,
different things from across a session.
Yeah.
I guess too.
the main thing that I see, from Silas was, the confrontation with the guards. Was there anything else specifically that you can think of that you did this-
I think that like little things with Giuseppe. Also, like basically, I feel like it's important to note, like, and this is probably something I should explain, like, I mean, last time we talked about Bajo, it was no, we're done with Bajo. We don't we don't address Bajo, and then like this time he kind of revealed like, unless it's to hurt Bajo, like unless it's to like better ourselves, we do it, and I think that that's probably pretty important, at least where I'm going with the character, as well.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing we can give you 2 for that. Give you another advance there. Well, did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
I
About
think that what I'm doing right now probably counts as that, because it's
I think so.
definitely a big thing for that. Yeah.
Definitely.
For the vice or for the sake
Trauma.
of the audience.
Yes,
how about
yes,
we
yes,
explain
yes.
that just a little
Silas has the unstable trauma. I think it's really important to like emphasize that basically means he'll go from being super friendly to incredibly violent and aggressive towards the person that he was addressing, which I think it's a fair point to state that that happened in this session.
You can get an XP for that.
Okay.
So you're down to 1 then. Because you
I'm down to 1 what?
playbook advancement XP.
Yeah, I leveled up my playbook, but I also just put the extra 1 into insight.
Okay,
because that's something we haven't done. Yeah, you can take the XP at the end of session and put it into your attribute
Yep.
XP track thing too, which is pretty cool. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right, let's do cases.
Yeah.
Did you whirling disparate actions? You did. You should have already marked that in the attribute. So it looks like you did. Did you address any tough challenges with deception or influence?
Yes, sir.
Yep. What do we think? 1 or 2 for that one?
Two.
For yeah.
Because we got to go back in time and talk more about like his time with the cops, which is
Mhm.
huge. Like that in itself is
Right.
worth 2.
Yeah.
And then also his talking with Bajo is huge as well. Like Wakesa's got a lot of really cool big things
Yeah, that was
involved
fun.
with that.
Okay. Yep. Just 2 for that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I did. All of those ones.
All of those. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
talking to Giuseppe and Silas in the bar about what we want out of that meeting, as well as the discussion with Bazo, and also, you know,
Helen.
well, yeah. Come on. No, that might be. No, that's struggling with my vice or traumas.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
in that
Okay.
realm, so I think.
Yeah, 2 for that. I mean, 2 for the beliefs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then you said you struggled with your vice.
I was rolling that in. The the vice of pleasure, which is my constant running into Helen now. Literally.
Yeah,
So
you can take an XP for that.
okay. I'm
Right,
gonna.
So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total that you got this time.
I'll take 3 of them in my playbook advancement, and I will finish out my levels on prowess to take a rank in skirmish, and
Nice.
finish out my level in resolve to take a 3rd rank in sway.
Oh, you can't put a
can't?
4th in. You
Third?
can put a
It's a
3rd,
third.
but not a 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have 2, so I'll take a 3rd.
3 is good. 4 is not. All right. Let's do Giuseppe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one is which. I did not roll any desperate actions.
Okay.
My playbook specific way is that if I've addressed a tough challenge with violence or tracking, I mean, like, I guess kind of like I tracked the Gambit down, but that's not really a tough challenge, right? Like it was just
Right.
finding work. So I
You
don't
didn't
want.
get credit for tracking all of us down before, right?
True. Yeah, I didn't get credit for that either. But that's all kind of part of the same thing, right? Like,
Sure.
I don't feel the need to take XP for it. And let's see. I definitely expressed my beliefs about swords.
Swords. Okay.
I
Swords
feel like
are-
you should get max XP for the second one because I mean, the beliefs and stuff. Because
Yeah,
it just...
well, definitely. And the whole interaction with like talking about why I chose you guys, just very briefly saying like it's because you guys have a purpose, whatever that purpose is, and also the explaining of like, yeah, I'm down to just like strategically get on top, like
Nice.
this is all fine for me. I think these are all pieces of who Giuseppe is.
Mhm.
It may not have been as much about like his background and where he's from, but like that he's doing it for the sake, like he looks for work for the sake of others, as well as himself, and he maybe not trusts you, but he's working for you because he thinks you guys are doing something important. So I would like to take 2 in that.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Vice or trauma? I don't think anything came up.
No, I guess my vice is religion with the weeping lady.
It did cause me problems though.
No, it caused me only fine things. So I guess a problem was that Silas kicked my cup last session.
Last session
But
though.
that has nothing to do with my favorite. So
Yeah.
suffering. I was persecuted.
Kicked the holy cup.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Alright, and Lyric. Did you roll any desperate actions?
No.
No. Okay. Did you address any tough challenges with arcane power or knowledge?
Not really in this episode.
Okay.
Not so much.
You express yourself.
I mean, in very subtle ways this session. I would say, like, at the point when Giuseppe is going on and on about how he hates the swords and the red sashes, you know, there's this unseen moment, of course, where Lyric is, you know, thinking of her sword that she has stashed away, and all the things that she could say but refrains from. I imagine that, like, after everything that happened in downtime, she's kind of subdued, like, being in the presence of all this weird mystical shit. She's kind of reserved, but so that was one particular moment. I can't necessarily think of anything else that was huge, but I don't know if that warrants one or if that was just
I'd give it 1.
sure. Yeah, I'll do
Did
that.
you struggle with any issues with your vice or traumas?
Not directly. I didn't get to say it, but Lyric was hungover from when she was drunk before she was going to meet with Satara and all that. So, but that was just sort of, you know, it wasn't really expressed in this session. So, I don't think I need to take XP for that.
Okay. Seems fair. And crew XP. Let's not forget that.
As we are wont to do.
You execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation.
What? Did you
Not
say?
Well,
You haven't.
Do what?
successful.
You didn't execute any operations this session. You know.
No.
Oh, I did.
They
Infiltration.
things are in motion.
You
I
are.
stole a croissant from Wakasis, and it was such a smooth thievery that he didn't even know that I stole it from him. He gave it to
And
me.
we never even rolled dice. You
Just
know.
kidding. I'm just playing.
I gave you that croissant,
you
man.
You are currently in the process of continuing with challenges above your current situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can
Yes.
get an XP for that.
Sweet.
Who's keeping track of this right now? Because I know the sheet is not updating.
I am.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We're about halfway.
Nice.
Did you both
To
use-
another boat? Am I right?
Hey.
Sorry, what?
Did you do anything to bolster your reputation this session, or develop a new one?
No,
Not
No.
yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
That will definitely
You're
be
in the
next session.
process. You're working on it. And did you express the goals, drives, or inner conflict or essential nature of the crew?
I think we did that a lot.
Yes.
I think
So
there's
2.
2 for that.
We're 2 away.
You guys are
Hell
really
yeah.
good at that one. So
Yeah.
As it turns out,
I'm glad that
we-
John made that trigger.
as it turns out, we are actually decent at role playing. So good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Roll with
you
one.
guys, you know, I mean, if someone rolled a critical this session, you guys are really good. At
Someone.
rolling games, you know?
So-
Michael, I did specify that I was
Not
talking about
just
rolls with
anybody.
one L. Jerk.
What?
What's the difference?
All right. Send
All
off.
right.
See you guys
Well,
next.
Yeah,
Bye.
let's go ahead and
Bye.
do plugs. Thanks, Mike, for taking over the host role. Mike, why don't you start us off? Do you have any plugs or shout outs you want to give this week?
As always, shout out to John Harper for making an awesome role-playing game. The dude's awesome. We've missed you here in the chat the last few weeks, John. But anyway, and we look forward to continuing to play this amazing role-playing game. Otherwise, yeah, shout out to Windows 10 for being great and never giving me any problems at all.
This sounds like sarcasm to me.
I'm incapable of sarcasm. So
Just
no,
like
but
Windows 10 is
seriously.
incapable of functioning.
Yep, I had to do a reinstall of Windows 10 because I was tired of dealing with some stuff, and I did a fresh install, and now it's all like, hey, you should probably activate your copy of Windows, and I'm like, I don't have a product key because you never gave me one because you forced me into this.
You made me do this.
So, yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's me.
Emily, any shout outs, plugs, things of that nature?
Oh gosh, shout outs. I cannot think. I know that I just the other day, finally did a review of Stranger Things
Yeah.
on my YouTube channel. That is the thing I did. And yeah, that's M Mighty Sophia. EM Mighty SOFIA.
It's
It's
in the
also
chat.
my It's also my public Facebook and also my Twitter. I do lots of TV related content generally. So that is the first of many reviews that I will be doing, and soon I'll be back in my fall TV circuit and probably reviewing other series regularly as well. But yeah, so I did a full in-depth season 1 breakdown of Stranger Things that you can check out if you enjoyed that show. And as far as other shout-outs go, I cannot think right now. So
Fair enough. Very cool. Yeah, you guys should definitely check out Emily's channel, especially as she said when fall rolls around and all those nice TV shows are coming through. Emily, are you going to be reviewing The Walking Dead?
yes, I will.
Walking Dead. What other shows you can be watching and reviewing?
Oh,
Maybe?
gosh, I can't think of what all is coming right around the corner, but I plan on doing some I'll be probably reviewing the first season of The Night Of. It's a new HBO crime drama series. It ends next week, so probably I'll have a season review of that up soon.
Awesome.
Other new shows to come very soon. So.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely check it out if you guys like TV or talking about TV. Emily is your person, so hit her up on Twitter and check it out on YouTube. She's over 10,000 subscribers now, so let's get her to 20. Yeah.
Send some of them over here. We
yeah.
could use some of the
I know all 9 of us in this channel are going to be able to get us to 20K, I believe. Ian, how about you?
Not much. Just got a bunch of art stuff for my birthday that I will be used drawing new stuff. So maybe look out on Twitter for that. Other than that, I mean, I got these posters that Mike and I were looking at before the stream.
They're so gorgeous.
They're amazing. I got 2 of those as well, and they'll be right over there when they come. So maybe next time we do Blades, they'll be hanging there.
Awesome.
And
I
you
might
can
sneak in
admire
and steal
them.
them though, so they might not be there forever. You'll see them.
Okay, well, you'll have to roll pretty good on the engagement for that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I will.
Anyways, I'll link them in the Twitch chat. If you want to, if you're on the YouTube channel, if you're actually interested in this or not, I'll still say it. It's called Crow Smack, like the bird, and the act of hitting someone.
It's like Godsmack, but with a crow.
Yeah. That's on Etsy. So if you want to check out their awesome Dark Souls posters and other paraphernalia, it's amazing. I love it.
Cool.
The posters are $20 each, and I don't have any money right now, so I can't buy all of them like I want to.
Cool. And Anthony, how about you?
Shout out to the Wizards of the Coast for the forthcoming conspiracy set. It's sweet.
Looks sweet.
And I
Sure
just
did.
found out that the, premier Planeswalker in the set, the foil version, well, one of the premier Planeswalkers, the foil version has alternate art, which is
Oh,
sick
seriously?
Is that
hell.
ready?
No, Kaya, Ghost Assassin, has a different art
Oh,
that's her phasing through the wall,
Yo!
and it uses the foiling to show the, And this is a Ghost Assassin, mind you. Not a ghost who is an assassin. This is an assassin of ghosts. And she's a woman of color.
she would
and she's
fit right in
badass.
Duskfall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she would fit in.
She would thrive in Duskfall.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Super
Yeah, no, if you guys are interested in like, maybe checking out Magic the Gathering and you love, like, the setting of Blades in the Dark, this is the set to check out for sure. It's not a good beginner set to, like, learn to draft with, but if you, like, want to learn about, like, just the cool, like, things they can do with Magic cards, this set is awesome. It's Conspiracy 2. It takes place in this city called Poliano, and it's just, like, a big old, like, corruption fest. It's like if Game of Thrones was set in, like, a more urban, less, like, wild setting. Less, like, open battle and more, like, 110% deception and, like, espionage, and it's very cool. So check it out. Yeah, anything else, Anthony?
And that's it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, as for me, this is what we do here on Twitch TV. We stream this. You may have noticed that the daily upload schedule this week got a little bit wonky. I was celebrating my birthday, and Emily and I have been looking at a house, so we've been busy. There's, I think, either 1 or 2 more episodes of our Inside series that will be going up on YouTube over the course of the next couple of days. Hopefully, if you are on YouTube and watching this, you will see this after you've seen those. And if you are watching these and you haven't checked out our Inside playthrough, make sure to do that. It was a lot of fun to play through it. Each video is like 10 to 20 minutes long. It's not nearly as long as these videos, but it is a complete playthrough. So if you either want to know how to do a puzzle or watch someone flail through a puzzle for a while, it was a good time, and I know we enjoyed it, and hopefully you will as well. As far as scheduling for roleplay series, we will be back with Blades in the Dark, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday following, which I believe is September 6th. Same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, right here on Twitch TV/FriendlyFireTV. And next week, at this time, Tuesday 6:30, we are shooting for a one-shot of Apocalypse World, which is another awesome role-playing game. It's kind of Mad Maxy themed, a little bit like, maybe even a little bit Borderlands. I don't know, it's pretty wild. And Ian and Mike ran a game of it this last weekend, so they might run another game live right here, so make sure to check that as well. If you haven't already, you can hit the follow button, which is directly below Ian, and that will give you a notification anytime we go live, and that way you won't miss anything. Additionally, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and put our Twitter into the chat, and that Twitter account gets updated anytime we're going live, anytime a video gets updated. Basically, if you want to know what we're up to, you can check out our Twitter there, or you can check out any of our personal Twitters, which are below our picture frames here, to get dank memes, puns, and Emily actually producing decent content. So, great. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.